Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list and market talk for the 17th of October, Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get into it. This morning with the SPY, as you can see, we got a little dippity do here in the morning when the market first opened up. We got a pullback here, then the market pops up, then it pulls back again. Then finally at VWAP, we bounce off VWAP, we get back up through VWAP, we push up, we pull back down to VWAP, and then finally it was off to the races. So anybody tells you they don't put VWAP on their charts, volume weighted average price, the green line you see here. Now this is a extended market hours chart. I would say definitely put VWAP on your chart. Very good indicator. These are TC2000 charts, by the way. So we get this pullback to VWAP, and then it was off to the races for the rest of the day for the SPY. I think what helped the SPY today, well, a couple of things, right? Adobe. Right, Adobe came out last night and they kind of reaffirmed their guidance, and so Adobe was up last night in the after hours. I think that helped the market. There was no real bad news today from China, and I think that also helped the markets to move up this morning. But it did have to catch itself. And actually, when the market was opening up, we were playing. Goldman Sachs had earnings this morning, and when the market opened up, we took Goldman Sachs short on a break of 217.85, and the stock went down to 216.40. So we were playing GS to the short side. We also got a short in Square at on the break of 74.90, and the stock went down about $1 and change on Square. So that was a couple of shorts actually, with the market moving up so strong. We actually had a couple of shorts there on the day. Another stock that we traded was Amrin. We got a trade in Amrin. We got in at 19.95, and it went all the way up to just under 20.50 on Amrin. So we took our money off there. And then one of our last trades of the day was Micron. We took that on the break of 42.95, $43. The stock moved up to about 43.30 or so. Not a huge trade on MU. So that was kind of a couple of shorts, couple of longs, a couple of flat trades for the day. So, up for the day, not a bad day. And let's get and check out the markets, and then we'll go through some of the news. So Dow today was up 547 points for the day on the Dow. As you can see, for the percent change, the Nasdaq was up over 2%. The Dow was up over 2%. All your kind of fear trades were down today. The VIX, the air came out of the VIX again. Yesterday we closed with a 21 handle. Today we're at a 17 handle on the VIX. So all the air came out of those volatility. Gold moved down a little bit. That was kind of the market. It was up. The XLK, the technology ETF, was up 3% for the day. The IWM bounced about 3%. Then the NASDAQ composite up 214.15 points here for the day. So good day for the bulls overall. Nice comeback. Here's the SPY. So here's your chart now. So we are now back above the rising 200 SMA. The green line here is around where the 200 SMA is, and this green moving average right here is the 200 SMA. So we are back above a rising 200 SMA, and we have cleared back above the yellow dotted line here, the 5 EMA for the SPY. So we have the 10 SMA up ahead, and we have the 13 EMA up ahead also. And also we cleared this 280 spot. Everybody was looking at the 2800 for the cash. We are up above that on the close tonight. So we'll see how this is all going to play out. Now, I would think maybe we get kind of inside day tomorrow. Usually, when you get a big move like this, you get a quiet day for tomorrow. And the reason I'm thinking that is that we have a lot more earnings coming out. Now, we had Netflix after the bell tonight, but we also have Abbott Labs before the bell, U.S. Bank Corp. We have Alcoa coming out after the bell on Wednesday. Also United Rentals. So not really the big moving names like the Netflixes, the IBMs, the Goldman Sachs. Kind of a quiet uh, corporate earnings day tomorrow. Then we go back into Nucor, a steel name, PayPal, Cliffs, Lumberjay, Honeywell, and so on. But tomorrow looks a little bit quiet for the earnings as far as big names. For tomorrow. As far as the futures right now, the futures are down in the overnight session now. It's only about 10 minutes to 7 Eastern time, my time, but the futures are down about 29 points for the Dow. The S&P futures are down 3. The Nasdaq futures are down 5. This is investing.com. The futures, they're live right now, so they're trading down just a tad. So I'm thinking, maybe tomorrow we have an inside day, so we'll see. All right, let's go ahead and get into some of the news that came out after the bell tonight. All right, so some of the news that came out after the bell tonight, we had Netflix. They beat by 20 cents. Revenue was in line for Netflix. Netflix also beat on its international and domestic subscribers. And so Netflix popped up in the after hours tonight, actually broke over 400, retraced a little bit, but as you can see, a lot of stocks held up in the after hours. Apple, the FANG names, Facebook held up, Amazon holding up in the after hours tonight, Google also holding up in the after hours. So Netflix has a lot to do with that, and also, like I said, I think Adobe had a lot to do with that news in the after hours last night for Adobe. Anyway, so Netflix earnings came out. They beat. Stock is moving up. CREE also had earnings after the bell. Cree announces long-term silicon carbide water supply agreement. So Cree came out with earnings also after the bell. They popped it up and then it sold off in the after hours, trying to recover here a little bit on CREE. Next up, we had CSX, the railroad CSX. That stock beat by 10 cents, revenue beat. They pushed it up into the close, pulled it back when the earnings came out, and now it's recovering in the after hours. So CSX was another earnings play. SONC earnings per share beat and by 1 cent and revenue miss. IBM earnings per share beat by 2 cents, revenue miss, maintains full year operating earnings per share and free cash flow expectations for IBM. But they just don't care. All right. So IBM is going to be dragging the Dow down. That might be why the futures are down about 29 points tonight in the overnight session, because you have IBM is a drawdown on the Dow. So IBM down after their earnings after the bell tonight. UAL earnings per share 3 cents. Earnings per share 3 cents. And miss revenue in line. So they like something there with UAL, so they're pushing that one up in the after hours. And let's see, what else do we have that came out after the bell tonight? Earnings, Netflix guidance side, Q4 earnings per share below guidance, revenue in line, subscriptions above guidance, UAL guidance looking narrow, fiscal year 2018, adjusted earnings per share guidance higher level. So that's some comments coming out from the companies. Boston Scientific closes acquisition of Acumenics. So that one is closed. Then we had the API crude oil data come out. We had a drawdown of 2 million barrels on the API crude oil numbers. So in the after hours, crude oil is up All right, so USO is the ETF for the WTI. That is trading up in the after hours. We got some news out of this VTVT Therapeutics to deliver two presentations at the 11th clinical trials on Alzheimer's disease conference. All right, so VTVT is pushing very strong in the after hours tonight. VTVT making new highs here in the after hours. So this will definitely be on our watch for tomorrow, VTVT. And then that's about it for the news. So we had that earnings news come out. We had the VTVT. We had the API crude oil numbers come out. So let me get this out of your way. And I just want to show you one other thing for tomorrow so you're prepared. So tomorrow at 2 o'clock, you have the FOMC minutes coming out. So they'll be looking through this for the language that was used, but that's not till 2 p.m. Eastern time in the afternoon on Wednesday, the 17th. All right, so let's go ahead and get into that watch list for tomorrow. I also want to announce to you, my YouTube subscribers, and for folks watching this video, that I am going to be opening up my room on November 6th, 7th, and 8th. You can come one of the days, all of the now for this free access, you'll get access from 8 o'clock a.m. Eastern time on. All right, so if you would like to sign up and come check out my room for free access for 3 days, the first week in November, the 6th, 7th, and 8th, you want to in here. All right, so put your name here and then an email address here, and we'll send you the link for the access to the room. Once again, that's going to be the first week in November. I don't really do free access to my room very often, so definitely take advantage of this. So pop your name in this. This link will be down below of this video in the description box for you, and it's also out on my Twitter feed at zozostockwatch on Twitter, but I'll put it down in the description box for you. All right, so just fill that out and then put in an email, and we'll send you the link for free access to Zozo Stockwatch, and you can see us in action, and we also do education throughout the day. I think you'll like it. All right, let's get into that. Walt was getting some buying today. Alt, which previously has moved up to $30, trying to come up off the bottom here. Not a favorite, but 4.9 million shares came into ALT, so I couldn't ignore it. So I'll be watching ALT for tomorrow. AMD is always on our watch, right? We traded it today for a small gain, and then it pushed even higher. So AMD will be on watch tomorrow for a possible intraday trade, and also maybe an intraday trade that could lead to a swing trade on AMD. BLNK, they had some news with Google Maps today, so the stock pushed up and held up pretty well going into the close on BLNK. This one had 16.6 million shares. BLNK, so that'll be on watch. CHK holding up pretty well here today, so watch this one for a possible swing trade on CHK, GLBS. After that big pop up the other day, and then this inside day today, GLBS. So we'll see if there's any more fuel in the tank for this one. They just did a recent 1 for 10 reverse split. Talked about it on my video Sunday tomorrow. HEAR has been having little news blurbs out each day. So this one is trying to set up here. I think for me it needs to get up over around that 21-25 area for here, and then maybe you can get a possible swing trade. HTGM trying to come up off the bottom here on HTGM, trying to get back above the 10 SMA. Keep an eye on that one. IQ is actually up in the after hours, and a strong close into the close here. Now just kind of flagging. So IQ pop, that'll be on watch. Mankind got 8.1 million shares in it today underneath this $2 area. Mankind, keep an eye on that. And a semiconductor name had a nice day. 1 million shares pushing this one up. Looks like it has about that 865 area in the way. Keep an eye on this one. OAS, an oil stock. We actually did a day trade in this one today, got some profits in it, so this one will be on watch to see if they want to turn it back up. QTT, another China name, a recent IPO, starting to maybe make a U bottom here, starting to turn back up, 2.3 million shares in the after hours, kind of holding up here on QTT. Roku will be on watch, trying to get back above the 50 SMA here on Roku, so that'll be on watch. Most likely intro. SLS. Now here's an example of what I was just showing you with SCON, a stock getting back above the 50 SMA. It kind of bases out there, 3.4 million shares, now starting to turn the corner again. So this is what have been giving some big pops, as you can see here. SLS, a big move up into the close, trading 166 in the after hours tonight, so that'll be on watch for tomorrow. Trove will be on watch, another one of these names that was basing around this 50 SMA. Then you kind of got this U-shaped bottom, 7.6 million shares came into it today on Trove, so we'll be watching that. Bigger name that I'll be watching is Tesla. Looks like they got the settlement finished with Tesla and Elon Musk. The fines are basically out there, and the judge approved everything. So maybe Tesla will start to turn the corner. Going to depend on the market, obviously. So we'll see on that one. VT, like I said, had news tonight after the bell, so this one is running, so we'll see if there's any kind of trade in it tomorrow. Last one is Zynga holding up pretty well through this market sell-off in Zynga 30. We'll take a quick look at that. We have a rising 200. The 50 is kind of flatlined here on the Dow Jones 30, but here's your pop, here's your candle today, but look at all this damage that was done in the past 3 days here, and then finally we get this pop back up. So nice for the bulls, all right. Bears unable to break down below these 200s and stay below it, and then bulls coming in for the recovery here, but with a lot of work to do. So that's kind of my thoughts on the market right now. I don't try to predict the markets, but just showing you the action from today. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. Once again, if you'd like to try my service for free, November 6th, 7th, and 8th, come for any one of the days, come for all the days, however you'd like to do it. And the room will be open access November, first week of November on the 6th, 7th, and 8th. And this link to sign up will be in the description box below. Have a great night. Good day trading tomorrow. Thanks for the support on the channel. See everybody back at it tomorrow for your watch list for Thursday. Thanks very much.